when they are consuming your minds and your thoughts and your dreams, from the angels to the demons and to the mysteries unseen, there is no need to worry. There is no need for dread. It's just time to discuss the thing at the foot of the bed.
Good evening, and if you're just tuning in or you are watching, you are at the place that's the best show right now for the paranormal, I think. Don't you, Dave?
Yeah, well, it better be.
You guys, you're listening to UFO Paranormal and United Public Radio Network, and this is the thing at the foot of the bed. You can also listen to us live on 105.3 FM out of Mississippi, and you can listen to us on 107.7 FM out of the beautiful city of New Orleans, Louisiana. And I'm one of your co-hosts. My name is Lorilei Potvin. I'm going to address TikTok because we're working on it, guys. I didn't get a stream key, but eventually we're going to be bringing this show right to you. We're going to tell you how to come and join and actually watch the show. We're doing it live right now, and you can head over there. I see there's a few people joining us, so where you want to go. No, we're not bringing anybody in the live. Sorry about that, guys. This is a live podcast actually on a big network, and I'll tell you a little bit about myself and the network. My name, like I said, is Lorilei Potvin. I'm a co-host with this show here, The Thing at the Foot of the Bed, but I have my own show, The Angel Rock, on Monday nights from 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Mondays here live as well. I'm a Canadian psychic medium. I'm a crystal Reiki energy healer, Akashic Records practitioner, spiritual teacher, and mentor. I'm also a registered nurse and animal communicator. I like to add budding because I'm still practicing with that one. But if Julie's here, she's going to tell me don't say budding. I'm also well-versed in near-death experiences, having studied them professionally and personally for over 40 plus years. And I've had a NDE myself as a toddler. I'm extremely well-versed in the paranormal as well, having lived in an extremely haunted house to the previous one to the one I'm living in now. And we shared our story on the Travel Channel's Paranormal Survivor Season 4, Episode 9, which is called Demonic Hauntings. And no, I did not name it that. Also, you guys, this network's been around for 25 plus years. We've had some incredible shows and hosts, and we do stream all of our live shows, many of them 7 days a week, several of them. And when we're not streaming live, the archive server kicks in and randomly pick shows over the last 25 plus years. I believe we're almost up to 40 hosts. So we really do have something for everybody on this network. Sorry, guys, I'm trying not to pay attention to this screen as I'm doing my intro. So forgive me if I'm a little mumbly jumbly tonight. But like I say, we're always looking for new hosts and new shows to add to our lineup. But it's not all just UFO and paranormal, just so you know that. There really is something for everybody. So please like, share, and subscribe. Tell all your friends. And for all of you that have been sharing, thank you very much. Now, this network does go out to every country in the world. Believe it or not, it does. And that's kind of cool. I think it is anyways. But what was I going to say with that? Dave, I'm losing my train of thought here. So anyways, let me think for a minute, guys, gathering my thoughts. So 80% of our audience is audio only, though. So if you can't see us as we're talking, you aren't able to comment. So how we'd like you to join us and do that, because we love the more the merrier. We're going to say hi to everybody as soon as we get all the housekeeping out of the way. We always do. This show and the Angel Rock are very audience participative. So you're going to head over to UFO, Paranormal, and United Public Radio Network on Facebook and YouTube. So you guys on TikTok, listen to that and you can actually see the show instead of just watching me talk, because you're going to hear David Hanzel. Dave, what's your handle on TikTok again?
It's Medium David Hanzel.
Medium David Hanzel. Okay, there's lots of copiers. He's got 96,000 plus followers. That's the guy you want to be following right now, okay? Because he's my co-host here. I'm going to hand it over to him in just a second. You can also head over to David's YouTube channel, which is the Spirit Experience. You can head over to the Angel Rock with Lorilei Potvin on YouTube. I'm streaming it to my Facebook profile as well under Lorilei Potvin. It's public, so anybody can join the conversation. You don't have to send me a friend request. We are also streaming to the Angel Rock on Instagram. Just so you know, Instagram and TikTok don't integrate the comments into the main comments where we get everybody. So I'll try and pop back and forth between both of them because we don't want you to think that we've forgotten you. We have had some problems with Facebook, just so you know, in the past. So if you notice you're on Facebook and we're not mentioning you, please, I guess, head over to YouTube, one of the platforms, either UPRN or what I just said, David's channel or mine, and let us know too, because we like to involve everybody. You guys always have great questions and comments. Now, if you want to watch us on TV, we do have a network channel. It's on Roku. You can go to the channel store and you're going to type in UFO space P as in paranormal. There's a drop-down list. We're about the third or fourth one down, and you're looking for UFO space paranormal and United Public Radio, and that's how you can watch us. I think I remembered everything, Dave. Oh, I also forgot to mention we're on Canada's Most Haunted as well on Facebook. Take it away, Dave.
All right, I'll make it real quick, you guys. Did you just hear that noise? Was that your phone or something that went shh?
No, I heard it when you guys on TikTok, we get lots of EVPs while David and I are live because this is a really paranormal.
That was loud. That was loud. Okay, well, whatever it was, who knows? It might be something. It might be. We'll debunk it if it is. But anyway, hi you guys. My name is David Hanzel. I am a medium, a channel, animal communicator, I guess spiritual coach. I am a NDE survivor as of 2015. I guess that's the best way to put it. Not that it's a survivor, or I'm not making it. Trust me, it just means I had an NDE. And that's pretty much it at that point. If you are listening to us and not watching us, or even if you are watching us right now, please go over to Facebook and join our Facebook group, which is The Thing at the Foot of the Bed with Lorilei Potvin and David Hanzel. Once we get up to 200 subscribers in that channel, on that page, Lorilei and I will be going live in there. We haven't decided the schedule. We'll be going live in there, doing readings for you guys, doing discussions with you guys, whatever you'd like. Please join that group. You can post any of your photos and your strange photos. You can see stuff that other people posted. A lot of like-minded people. And with that being said, Howie had said earlier, we're going to say hi to everybody, but Howie had said earlier about the comet. He's going to duck out early to go see the comet, and it is also a huge moon in Aries, if that matters to anybody. But whether it does, whether you're woo-woo or not, I'll tell you, if you wake up feeling strange tomorrow, it is okay. You are supposed to. But it's a shift. It's another big shift. So
it's a time to let all your crap and garbage go. With the new moon, new beginnings,
it's a new cycle.
Whatever you want to start, but we're kind of shifting into a new season. It doesn't matter where you're living. I know we're in fall, but eventually we're going to be heading into winter. We're kind of in between both. The veil is thin with Halloween coming up very soon. Dia de los Muertos as well. I want to say hi to Dr. Frederick Woodard, who's over on Instagram. Hello. I'm going to say a hi. I'm going to say hi to everybody on StreamYard in just a sec. He's actually coming back on the Angel Rock very soon too, you guys. He's a great guest. Last time, he's an author. He's got a doctorate, I believe. Please forgive me if I get this wrong, but I believe from memory in psychology. Very interesting guest, and he's over on Instagram. So we got all kinds of people. Michelle Wilfong was over here, I see, on StreamYard and YouTube, and she's over on, or she was on TikTok. I haven't got my glasses on. Hang on, guys. I got them. This print is so small for us oldie moldies. So we got Daryl, Murky Gatto 35, Najar. We got all kinds of people. Matthew 2024, Gary, MP, Jams. We got all kinds of people. Sorry, guys, we're on a live podcast right now. No streaming key yet. So we thought, you know what? We're going to have you join the fun. Listen to the show while it's live. If you want to join the conversation, please head over to the Spirit Experience on YouTube, which is David Hansel's channel. He's also on TikTok as well. It's Medium David Hanzel, right, Dave, on TikTok?
Medium okay. David Hanzel.
Don't get the wrong one. He's the one with 96,000.
No slashes, no dashes, no numbers, no dots.
And he's got 96,000 followers. I'm not trying to brag about it, but he has so many people that have opened.
That's hardly any. I've had 96 for a long time. What's up, TikTok?
Right, you've had all kinds of yeah, but there's all kinds of fakers out there, is what I'm trying to say. Or
There is, yeah. I got a lot of fakes. Otherwise I'd probably have more, but people keep.
You can head over to the Angel Rock with Lorilei Potvin on not TikTok. We're on TikTok, YouTube, as well as UFO Paranormal United Public Radio on YouTube. Okay, let's say hi to our peeps here. We got Howie Odell, and we are going to be showing an incredible video that Howie shared today. I got his permission. It was, I'll be careful to not out the person because I didn't ask them particularly who they were or what, but I'll give you the gist of the video when we show it. Some high strangeness caught on a security camera, if you will. And so he says, hello, Michelle Wilfong. She's saying hi to Howie. And he's saying, you said, yeah, Howie says at 7:30 he's going to have to step away. He's going to see if he can witness the comet. You were talking about the full moon. That's what you said. Sorry.
No, yeah, and the comet.
And let's see. I thought you said comment. It's my fault.
Oh, no, he's going to duck out to see the comment.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's Haley's comment.
We've got Casey Rogers saying, hey. Got the Spirit Experience, which is David on YouTube. And then let's see, Leslie 1266 saying hi to everybody. Let's see. I don't want to miss any. Oh God, it went really fast there, Dave. Did you see that? Holy cow. Yeah. Marissa Burrell. We've got Heidi Gall. She's saying hi from Boulder. Everybody's chatting with one another. Connie Martins is here under Contessa. Cheryl S. We've got Cindy Simpson. Let's see. Oh, and I'm going to read this. I appreciate that, Cindy. David and I went live on TikTok. We do readings from time to time. We actually did a lot of teaching yesterday on your channel too, didn't we, Dave?
Yeah, probably more than readings, actually.
So I know somebody had asked me because I told them we were going live, one of our friends, and I said it went great, but we did more teaching than reading. So Cindy had a reading. So I'm going to share your feedback since you made it public here, Cindy, and appreciate it. She said, I appreciate your answers on my question yesterday. And she was asking about her daughter and the relationship between the two of them, as well as she gave the birth date. So Dave and I just pick up whatever lights up. We work really well together. Him and I either just grab one or another one grabs another on TikTok, and then we'll add stuff at times. It works beautifully. And then Heidi says, I tried to tag you, David, in my share today. I followed you last week, but couldn't find you earlier. Oh no, that's too bad. We got Shannon and Casey here, which means probably Sean is in the background. So hello, guys. Julie Evans, she says, amazing Hunter Moon tonight, and she is over in the UK. So thank you for staying up late with us this evening. We recognize that it is past midnight over there. I just want to make sure it jumped. I didn't miss anybody. Hey,
Joe Hernandez has joined us. Jeanette Hidalgo. I have a hard time saying that. Jennifer M. Julie Jean Bassett.
Hello, Julie Jean Bassett. And we need to give Howie a shout out, who is also known as Ed Odell on Facebook. He has the Roof Nation Network. It's a fantastic group of podcasts, and they're really supportive of UPRN and all our hosts over here. He has an amazing show himself with Rhonda Harris. Just love her. She's like my sister from another mother. They have the Orion Effect, and David and I have been on there a couple times. And Julie Jean Bassett, I always give her a shout out because she has been such a big help to me. I was mentioning you at the beginning of the show, actually, Julie, because I said I was an animal communicator, and then I added budding. And I said, if you were here, you would say not budding. Hi, Kelly. Julie is an amazing animal communicator. She's helped me a lot with my own animals. And I took her animal communication course, which is fantastic. She also is a shamanic practitioner and has helped me incredibly with a lot of healing. So please check her out over on juliejeanbassett.com. And actually, Jennifer M just signed up for Julie's class. So Julie, you haven't run your animal communication course yet then, I'm guessing. So you guys check that out. It's fantastic. Great group of people. And she just added, I'm not budding. I'm building my confidence. How about we'll say that?
Yeah, there you go.
Yes.
We want a world of Dr. Doolittles.
Yes. And in case you guys didn't know this, our crew over here does, but for people who are listening or over on TikTok, I believe, and I believe David also believes, and I know Julie does, that it's kind of our birthright to be able to communicate with animals. Mm-hmm. I do. Don't you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Everybody should. Everybody can. They can. They just got to learn how. or remember, however you want to put it. Yeah, either remember how or just do it. Yeah,
I was in my own way because I'm a psychic medium like David. And I kept saying, why can I not do this? Because my kids have been able to do it since they could speak and they still can. And I realized it was me blocking myself, thinking I couldn't do it. So there you go. Oh, Julie said, oh, that's right. Okay, Julie said her animal communication course had to be rescheduled due to the hurricane that went through, Hurricane Helene.
Yeah.
Now scheduled for November 8th, 9th, and 10th, it looks like. So, 9th and 10th. So you guys, if you're interested in trying out a beginner communication course to communicate with animals, I think you'll be very surprised when you take it. Julie's a great teacher. So check her out on her website. She's also on Facebook under Julie Jean Bassett too. So, so Dave, where do you want to, we said we were going spooky tonight.
Well,
Dave,
we're going to go spookies because you know what? Here at the Thing in Front of the Bed, we talk about a lot of stuff all during the year, but on Halloween, like this month before and all that, we attempt to stay spooky because you know what? Let's face it, whether you believe in it or not, it's just a lot of fun to have that feeling. It's a lot of fun to be thrust into the unknown and just not, because even mediums and Lorilei, we get thrust into the unknown all the time, and it's a cool thing. So I recommend that everybody get frightened at least once, or at least realize that whatever's frightening you can't hurt you, however you want to put it.
Well, plus on top of it, you and I talked a lot because we realized we haven't done a lot of shows on specific cryptids like Bigfoot and things like that. So we decided as it gets closer to the Christmas holidays, and I thought it was a great idea you had, Dave. So please tell them why we decided that.
Well, yeah, I said around Christmas time, I want to concentrate more on the Bigfoots. A lot on Bigfoot and the abominable snowman and the Yeti and everything. It's not that Bigfoot's not out in the summer, but I can tell you this. This is really weird. If I really think about this, Lorilei, if I'm like trying to do, like, sometimes mediums and all that, you guys, you might think we're crazy, but we try to communicate with cryptids, even if we're not seeing in front of them. You can get into certain spaces and have a connection with that energy that's out there. But I always get a better connection with Bigfoots around the winter, and I don't know why.
I don't know if I've ever tried. Yeah. I don't think I've tried, and I've been in the perfect place to do it.
Oh yeah, it is automatic. It just is automatically, like, even when you do your meditations, let's say, even if you don't do it, Lorilei and I do, you'll just have to do it a little differently. But you go into your meditations and you pretty much go in with the intention of communication with that certain individual, and don't expect anything. Don't have a preconceived notion of what it might say, how it's going to sound, or anything else, because the voice and the stuff you get back isn't necessarily going to be a Bigfoot. It would be the whole consciousness of Bigfoot. Like, everything has an oversoul of it. Yeah, so if you like Christ's consciousness, or the consciousness of insects, or the consciousness of animals, or the consciousness of humans. So Bigfoot's the same way. That's how I do it. So you just listen. If you don't do this, if you get anything, jot it down, whatever you're getting.
I think you could ask permission because they have free will just like we do.
You can ask for it, and then write it down, and then go validate it. If you can validate it, you can use it. I have to say this though: if you can't validate it, it's unfortunately, it's always going to be chalked up to a personal experience. But personal experiences mean the world to the person having it. So don't worry about it.
So Shannon says, Dave, they're covered in hair. I don't blame them for coming out in the fall. And then Marissa Burrell said, I love that idea about talking more about this. So we're not doing a show on Bigfoot tonight. We're going to do it closer to Christmas time. But I also want to add, Julie Jean Bassett said, being able to communicate with animals is our birthright. Everyone can do it. So there you go, everyone. Now, if you're just tuning in on TikTok, I know I'm going to repeat this a lot tonight, but if you want to join the conversation, and I'm sorry we're not streaming over here yet, I could not get the streaming key. I'm eligible for it, got everything going with it. I was working on this all day right up to the last minute, and they said to go live. and just start streaming, and we'll see what happens. So hopefully by next week we'll have it. And then I'm going to bring David in too, because you can now bring co-hosts in, and it's going to be cool. So if you guys are liking what you're hearing, please sub, as well as head over to YouTube. You can head over to UFO Paranormal and United Public Radio Network on YouTube, David's The Spirit Experience on YouTube, as well as my channel, The Angel Rock with Lorilei Potvin. We're also on Facebook by most of those names, but YouTube seems to be working the best. So we do have Debbie Schmoley here. She says hi.
Hey, Schmoley Holy.
Yes. So okay, so Howie, I believe the Riff Nation Network's tuned in. So I think this is Howie. If it's not, please forgive me. No, there's others in that group too that could be tuning in under this. So, okay, so I got some pretty decent pictures of the moon. I was hoping to catch the comet, end up only catching the International Space station. Chuckles, damn. What time? Well, that's how much. Okay, so Howie ducked out. It has to be Howie then. I have a picture. It's not Haley's comet, but of the comet from Reddit under the Thunder Bay group. Somebody caught it a couple nights ago, and it's a pretty cool picture. So,
I would love to. I saw. Well, I don't know what I saw. I mean, are we going to show the alien photo?
What one?
Didn't you say you had an alien thing?
No, I got the. Well, I've got lots of alien pictures, but I don't think so. When did I tell you that? Was that Was that a couple days ago?
I don't know. We probably. You know what? As much as we chat, who the hell knows?
I don't know. I might have. Well, let me check and see what I sent you. Did I send you anything on that?
But anyway, for those of you who don't know or haven't been here from the beginning, a real short story. So when I was a little kid, when I was very young, my dad got me out of the car, and he's holding me up, and I had wanted toys, I guess, is the story goes that my parents tell me. I wanted toys really bad, and they had told me you'll have to wait till tomorrow because it was late. We were coming home from visiting people or something. I don't know. It was like in the early 70s. And my dad picked me up and took me out of my car, and he was like walking towards the house, and I was facing the opposite way, and a huge, well, let's say ball of light. I've never seen another one like it. Went across the sky, and I guess we could say it was a comet, but it felt like it was closer. It was a lot bigger, and when we got up, and everything seemed to stop. And then when we got up to the door, there was a bag of toys hanging on it that said "For David," and we don't know
this story.
Yeah, we do not know to this day who put them in there, who put those there, or whatever. And the toys, it was odd. It was little safari toys. It was a plastic safari truck and a safari guy and girl and a bunch of animals, which was odd because back then still do. I love animals. So it was the coolest thing. But yeah, I've always will remember that. And the comet was like a gold and white, but it was really big, and it wasn't like round like an orb. It looked like the sun going across, like at sunrise. It was very big. It's very, very, very giant. I don't know what it was, but then years later, I ended up having an alien encounter. So I kind of think that, and it wasn't long after that, really, because
it was your. Well, it's not unusual. Like, again, guys, we love talking spiritual, but we're going to stick to spooky with it being close to Halloween. But it's not unusual that you could have an extraterrestrial type being a type of guide as well, too. So
yeah. So who knows what it was? But to this day, that was my comet story. And I don't know if it was a comet or a spaceship or an alien. The reason I'm saying it was different than a comet is because it seemed to be something. It didn't seem like it was just randomly passing. It's like it was doing it on purpose. And then it was less than a year later or 2 years later that I saw the extraterrestrial in real time. So I don't know if that was the same ones. And it would be really cool if it was, because I thought, wow, he gave me a gift, and then we went on from there. But that was cool. And maybe it was cool. Santa reptilian. Yeah. Reptilian.
I was going to say hi. We got Judy Thompson that said hello to Lorilei and David. I'm not ignoring you on TikTok, guys. We got A Dark Till Dawn. Oracle joined and said hello. If you guys have questions, this is what this show is about. No, we're sticking to spooky. We do spiritual as well. But tonight we're sticking to spooky. So if you guys want to see, I'm sorry, tried to the last minute to get this a streaming key. I'm eligible for it, just don't have it yet. So I thought, let's go live. You guys can hear this. You can join us over on YouTube on the Spirit Experience for David, or you can join it on the Angel Rock with Lorilei Potvin on YouTube, or UFO Paranormal United Public Radio on YouTube, and you can see what we're talking about.
Look at Ludwig, you little pig. Oh, that's so cute. We're going to just say goodbye to you, you scum.
Oh, where?
There he is.
Oh, isn't that kind of you, you piggy? Goodbye, piggy. We're flushing the toilet, as Howie says. We are flushing the toilet, so forgive us. That's
okay. Hey, if we were having a different kind of show, I totally wouldn't mind that because it doesn't offend me. But
if we weren't on YouTube, if we were on Patreon, we would have many more words to say to you. But unfortunately, we're not. So you just got flushed, Ludwig. Take your filth somewhere else. Hello, Rhonda Harris. Were your ears ringing? I was talking about you earlier. I'm going to go back to a few comments here. Hi to everybody on TikTok. So there was one I wanted to highlight here. Somebody had mentioned about Bigfoot, where I'm going to tell you where to go. Oh, Debbie, I didn't know you were in Kentucky now. Well, she's in the boonies of Kentucky, she says.
Did you move?
I think she did. She was in Florida. She says she's in the boonies of Kentucky. So Kelly says, I saw a story that the government came into contact with Bigfoot. Is that correct? I can't find the story anymore. I'm going to give you a great place to go. Don't mind his personality. He is a fellow Canadian. I don't care for his personality, but people write in personal stories, and there's many about this typical topic, and it is called, I believe, How to Hunt. His name, I want to say, is Steve. Anyways, people write in, send pictures, and there's many stories about that. So there's one place you can find it, and videos. He calls them Sabe, which is a First Nations word that some people do refer to Bigfoot or Sasquatch as, or the Yeti. Let me make sure there was another one here.
Another person from Canada. I like the channel. I've watched it all. I mean, I don't judge it either way. I just like it. It's very informative, and that's Sasquatch, Ontario. Or I think
never watched it. I'll have to check it out. Another one is that actually our friend that we know and Julie knows, the Cryptid Huntress is the one that gets some pretty creepy, interesting, weird stories. Rope. It's real observation of paranormal events, I think it's called. They got some crazy stories, not all about Bigfoot, but all kinds of things that are weird, strange, and unusual.
You know what? Going from Bigfoot, why don't people dress up as Bigfoot for Halloween? Why is that not a thing?
It's way too hot.
I don't know. In October, I never see people dress up as like Bigfoot or Mothman or any of that stuff.
Well, it depends where you go, because I'm sure that if you go to Comic-Con or some of those places like that, you'll see things like that and much more. But I know for Halloween, it's hot. Like, it's really hot to wear a whole suit like that, because it would cost a fortune. Shannon says, I want $1 million, runs outside to look for a light and check my door. You never know, Shannon. You never know.
Yeah.
Oh, Howie says Riff Nation. David was right. We got to give props where props are due. Riff Nation was Howie. So let's see. Yeah, Howie says, bah, flush. You're right. That's exactly what we do with naughty people like Ludwig. Oh, Howie or Debbie said, I needed a break from Florida after those 2 storms. Oh, she's visiting her significant other, Donnie's family, and going to Tennessee too.
Oh, and you know what? You're in Kentucky right now. There's some Kentucky cryptids you should be looking out for, I bet.
And Howie says, having dinner with you guys. Well, cheers. Cheers to you. We're glad that you're here. Now, I have this video all queued up. Do you want me to preface it, David, with some of what I got? Howie, like I said, I will maintain anonymity with this. So Howie shared this with a group of us that have been on his shows and other people. I'm not quite sure who everybody is. One of these days, I'm sure I'll meet everybody. But somebody's friend sent this to Howie, as I understand it. and they explained they heard something outside, went out, didn't see anything, shut the door, and found this on their Ring camera. He said, I don't know what I'll say heck it is. It was so crazy. Bless you, Dave. And I guess it was sent over. So Howie shared it with a group of us in this chat group. And I'm going to play it for you guys. And let's just see. You guys, we just want to hear what your thoughts are. So hang on. It's about 2 minutes long. So hopefully you guys can see that okay.
Oh, and by the way, real quickly, this is the perfect time to tell anybody who's listening to the show, keep in mind that if you do join our Facebook group, The Thing at the Foot of the Bed with Lorilei Potvin and David Hanzel, Lorilei puts the videos in that group for you guys. So if you missed them listening to us, you can see them in that group.
Leslie says, love the tea, Lorilei. While we're watching too, Debbie says, yes, I'm hoping to see some cryptids out there. That would be awesome. And I'm going to highlight Heidi's comment in just a sec. Shannon said, we'll get to that next. She says, what's the most scariest encounter either of you have ever had? We can definitely, but let's handle this first. So those of you that are watching or listening to me on TikTok or are listening, because 80% of our audience is audio only across the world. This is caught on a Ring camera, and there's this strange, I don't know, kind of like light from what I can tell. Can't you, Dave?
Yeah. I was looking at it. At first, I thought somebody was okay, now I see what you're talking about. I thought somebody was shining a flashlight.
That's what I think too. Maybe is he shining a flashlight, Howie? Because a lot of I won't say anything about what you've posted just yet, but unless I'm missing something, to me it looked like an orb.
Well, no, I'm not saying that it is a flashlight. Sorry, because
you would think comments in the group too.
You would
Shannon
think about
says a spider web. I'll have to look at the video.
Oh, I did find out, by the way, about.
Okay, you got to let me know. Is it the light? Because I thought it was the light we're looking at. Because if it's the light, I don't know how you could see that as a spider web. I don't know. Can you, Dave? Like, am I missing something?
Yeah, no, that's not a spider web. But
it's restarting again. Let it play one more time.
It's not literally. Well, see, now I see. Okay, now above it, I see it's hanging from something. Yeah, that's not a UFO.
Oh, that? Oh, okay. Let me take a look. Bigger, blown up. Yeah, it's a spider web. I wouldn't have seen it on my phone, but it's good that we see it. I think it's a spider web, but I don't know because it goes pretty far away, and I do have security cameras, and when it says spider web, unless that web's got wings, that's going pretty far out, you guys. I don't know, unless it's all a matter of perspective, but it is shining on the pathway there, you guys. Look, if it's a spider web, it's shining on the pathway. Like usually when it's a spider web, yeah, you'll get it hanging down. It'll look like aliens or whatever, but you're not going to see the reflection of the light or anything on the pathway. Like I have to say, I first I thought it was a web, but I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't know what. Yeah, this one, I don't personally, by just looking at it just like this, it doesn't feel paranormal to me.
Yeah, but wait till it gets to the end now, and you're going to see the reflection of the light on the pathway at the end of the pathway. There's no way a spider web went that far out.
I don't, but I see it looks like it looks like there's a string or something attached to it. Not like a string, like somebody's got a string on it, but you can see it. If it look above it, follow it straight above.
I still think it's got. I see a string. Could it possibly be that there's something cloaked ahead of it? Because I would have thought it was a spider web. I did, because the string doesn't go up. There's it's almost like it's got an antenna with a really fine little ball above it. But how are we seeing the reflection on the car, on the pathway? And then when it comes closer, it looks like a spider web, like light and moisture glistening.
See, now it looks. That's what it looks like too. It looks like it looks like a little mothball hanging at the end of a spider web. It looks like a piece of dust.
What if that's an antenna? Because a spider web can't go that far out. and casts the reflection on the path all the way almost to the end
Oh
of
yeah,
the park.
that's the part that's getting me too. As it comes closer, it looks like one thing, but when it's someplace else, I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, but Shannon, okay, I hear what you're saying, and I thought this too. But just okay, watch where the light is going all the way down to the pathway. There's a reflection. I have security cameras, and believe me, I've seen some crazy stuff on my security cameras, and you go out and yeah, it's a bug. But if there was like, say, light shining off the spider web, I am not going to see the reflection of the spider web 20 feet away or 10 feet away on the pathway
that's what
down
I'm
below.
thinking. I don't know what it could be.
I don't know. Like if I hadn't seen those reflections, I would have thought, yeah, possibly a spider web. But when you see it, like I've got it blown up on my computer screen, something has to be casting a light off that ball, and there's no way.
Oh, I didn't know. You know what? I just found out I can really make my screen huge. Okay.
Sorry, we're not going to add anybody on TikTok, you guys. We decided to have you guys join us. I tried to the last minute to get a streaming key. I'm eligible for it. You guys are part of our large podcast that we've got going on live right now in UFO Paranormal and United Public Radio Network. So I thought, let's stream live. Let's stream more. Let's stream what we're doing. You guys want to come join the conversation, please do. We'd love to have you. The easiest way is to head over to either David's YouTube channel, The Spirit Experience, mine, The Angel Rock with Lorilei Potvin, or you can head over to UFO Paranormal and United Public Radio on YouTube and Facebook. We're also streaming to Canada's Most Haunted on Facebook. We're on Instagram under The Angel Rock. There's many ways. So if you can see the whole show, I'm going to show you quickly. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but that's what the show kind of looks like. If you can see it, I don't know if you can or not, but that's what you will be seeing on YouTube. And you can join the conversation. We've got a great group of people from all over the world here. Kasoon just joined us. He's from Sri Lanka, middle of the night over there or early morning. So thank you, Kasoon, for joining us. It's been a long time. Hang on, you guys. I should stop that as I'm yip-yapping here because I did upload as well. Did you get a chance to watch the latest Nukes Top 5 I sent you?
Not all of it, no.
Well, I got my whole...
Okay,
so well, let's go through the comments a little bit about what they're seeing and what their thoughts are. So people are saying, I want to add Heidi's comment as well. Heidi said before when we were talking about Bigfoot, Banter B, Richie, and Wojo and Colorado Bigfoot, and Jason Kenzie has some Bigfoot stuff as well on YouTube if you want to check that out. Howie thought, spiderweb, because some people in the group have been commenting where it was shared. Michelle Wilfong thinks it's a great orb. Howie says, now I see it better. Shannon thought possibly a spiderweb. And then Howie said no. And Shannon said over the camera lens. And I would have agreed with you because at first I said, yeah, that's a spider web. And then I saw that light way at the end of the pathway. I don't know about that, you guys, that I've got security cameras and I've had them for years. Like I've had it when it looks like there's a blizzard outside and you go upstairs and it's just very fine mist of rain. Like cameras pick up a lot, but there is no way a spider web is going to be able to go all the way out to the pathway, be very erratically moving all over, shine from wherever that light source is and making a reflection on the path. Like that's what got me. I don't think it's a spider web. But that's my opinion. And I'm going to share the rest of yours. Marissa Brill says, I see that on my ring all the time. It looks like a spider web. Leslie 1266 says, looks like there's 3 lights in a row sometimes. Marissa thought a web. And then I'll highlight this one. Dave, you want to read Heidi's and I'll keep scrolling?
Yes, because I actually have a good, I'm going to tell you something about when I read that, what I was thinking about. Heidi says that she has a video clip of a pretty big orb with smoke or something twirling outside her bedroom window. It glitched out her camera and dissipated. Then I saw it on the little tree swirling up the trunk.
If you've got that, share it, Heidi. Yeah, she's got it. Share it, and I'll share it tonight.
Yeah, sure. So I was thinking about this, and this is something that's gone through my mind, and right now it's literally just a David theory. But a lot of us, when we look at stuff, it's kind of like whenever somebody sees a ghost, he doesn't know much about ghosts. You know, a ghost that's not particularly positive will go, it's a demon. Okay. Or if somebody sees something strange in the woods right away, it's skinwalker. You know, we always want to think it's a certain thing depending on where we are. But and that's the same goes with aliens. When we think about aliens, extraterrestrials, or visitors from other places, we always think it's going to be some kind of humanoid thing. Either look like a cat person, a dog person, a reptile, a gray, something like that. What if a lot of these things visiting do come in as energy or as orbs?
Yeah, we've talked about that.
Yeah, there's still it's still a physical.
I don't think that's a spider web, in my personal opinion.
Oh yeah, I don't think it's a spider web.
I thought it was just a light, and then now that I saw it blown up, at first I went, "Oh yeah, that's a spider web." Nope, spider webs don't travel that far and cast a reflection. So what is it? Howie goes, "That's cool. When we see it on a small screen, yep, it looks different. Very interesting." Michelle thinks it's an orb. Michelle Wilfong. Julie thinks it's an orb. Connie Martins thinks it looks like a web. Heidi Gall says, "We have blink cameras. I've caught quite a bit." Shannon still thinks do on a web, gently blowing. But where's the light coming from, Shannon? Where do you think the light and the reflection? Would love to hear. And I'm not being sarcastic or anything. I'm genuinely curious. How do you think that the light reflection ended up on the path? What, probably about 10, 15 feet away from
that's the part that got me on that picture. So if anybody wants to see that, it does look, because we showed a video on here a long time. Remember that one video? It looked like some kind of cool looking swirly lighted dragon on that porch.
Okay.
Yeah. That was debunked. I found it. They debunked it. It was actually a spider web with dew on it. It was shining off the light, and that's what they lit it up, and it was like literally going like that. It's like, but it looked really cool. But this is the same thing. I agree with Lorilei. I thought the same thing too. At first, I thought it was a flashlight because I didn't see any strings above it, and then all of a sudden, I started to see the strings above it in front of that light, and I thought the same thing could be a spider web. But as it moves, it goes down the path in front of the garage, and it has a reflection on the ground.
That's what's getting me. I was 100% convinced it was a spider web, and Howie just commented in the group and said, "Yeah, I think it's a spider web." But if you can, you guys, and we're going to share it in our group, so please head over there and join. We'd love to have you join. We had quite a few people join actually from our live last night, Dave. I think we had 4 or 5, which is pretty good. So I thought it was a spider web too, but it has a light source at the end. And I know
that's what got me. Yeah.
And then the reflection on the pathway that far down, that's what got me. Because where's the light source coming from that's creating that far away a reflection on the path itself that you can see? So, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just looking at comments as we're going along.
Okay, so Kasoon thinks it's ectoplasm. Marissa said, if it's Ring, they have a spotlight. I see these every night on Ring. They set off the alerts. I have to silence them.
Oh, we'll see. Okay, when you said that, I don't know if that's right or wrong, but I was just in my head trying to think, where's the spotlight place that it's casting a shadow, the light source on the bottom. That's what's getting me. The same thing that's getting Lorilei is getting me.
It's the reflection on the path
way at the end
camera. Yeah. Otherwise, 100%. Yeah, I would say spider web. Absolutely spider web. I said it at first, but I know from years of experience, and we've had spider webs, we've had bees, we've had anything flying around up there. If I was an orb fanatic, I would definitely think that it was an orb, but it's not an orb in the fact that, well, it could be an orb, sorry, but there's something that's creating a light source to create a reflection of a round light source right below it. Almost, I can't call it a shadow. It's a reflection. And to be that far away from the camera, unless you got a Mondo spider, maybe it's the Bigfoot of spiders that's created a web that big. I don't know, but still, where's the light source coming from?
Yeah, it's hard to. I mean, we can all agree on this though. none of us are going to be 100% accurate at this point because we don't have all the info, but it is it's a good video as far as I can understand why somebody would say, I don't know what this is in my backyard. I understand why they would ask.
Katie's new. She says, I hope I said that right, Katie. She says, newbie, yeah, got me hooked. Well, we're glad you're here. Don McKinnon, are you still live? We sure are, and we're glad you're joining us. And now Heidi says, I can't tell either. I'm outside. Let's see. And Katie says, divine time indeed. And Howie's pointing out good points indeed. And then let's see, Shannon answered Dawn. So thank you. We got such a nice crew here, except for Ludwig the piggy. But
and even Ludwig wasn't that bad. He wasn't, at least he wasn't mean. He was just a pig.
He was kind of gross. No, we're not calling him a pig. It was just his words. Julie says, I think a lot of them do come in as energies. Angels come to me as energy and orbs. And Kasoon says, I was kidding. Well, I don't know. I've seen ectoplasm before. I believe it was ectoplasm. It was coming out of my partner when he almost died. Because remember, we're going to go back in just a sec. We got some great questions as I forgot that Shannon asked, what was our most scariest thing we've ever experienced? So let's see. We're just going through. Shannon says she's watching it on a large screen TV. Okay, Shannon, I'm all ears. Judy thinks maybe it's two orbs. And I want to know what your thoughts are, why it's so far away from the camera. And we've got this light source that's reflecting on a path very far away from the camera. Oh, that's true. You know what? This is a good comment. Julie said it could be some sort of a remote controlled drone.
It could be a light coming from above too that's shining down. There could be something making a light source.
It was moving all over though, Dave.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
I'm not saying what it is. It's just to me.
Shannon Casey said, I'm just skipping ahead, but Shannon Casey said, you guys have always said not everything is paranormal. That's absolutely true. It is true.
We're not saying it's paranormal now, but I can attribute it to a spider web, not with a light source that far away from the camera. And the way it was moving around and creating a reflection, unless there's somebody here that could explain that, I don't know. And we're not saying it's paranormal either. We're just saying
I want to know who posted the video because that probably would help.
They didn't know what it was when Howie got it sent to them.
But I mean, all we got to ask him is, can you take us a picture, show us another ring light in the day, or show us another angle of the driveway, because that could explain a lot.
What he said, remember though, was he heard noise outside. So he went outside to see what the heck was going on. He said he didn't see anything. He went back in, closed the door, and he went and checked his security cameras, and this is what he saw.
Well, right now, it's a mystery.
Well, Judy says someone in the tree flashing a light. Could have been. Michelle Wilfong said some have a tracer attached to the orb. I don't know. And some people are actually, so even though you might have thought you were joking, Kasoon, some people are thinking I'm just rewound about the ectoplasm. So there's lots of things that people are thinking. And that's why we share these things. We want to hear your thoughts. And I'm not saying anybody's wrong because I haven't got a clue what it is either. If it's a spider web, that's the craziest spider web I've ever seen because it does look like one until it moves to almost the end.
Until it moves, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, to me it looked like something stuck at the end of a spider web. Like if you see a spider web blowing in the wind that broke, and something sticking. Who knows?
So we've got some good questions. So remind me about Kasoons here, but I'm going to go a little higher because Shannon asked us, what was our scariest experience that we've ever had? Here it is.
Paranormal.
What's the most scariest encounter either of you have ever had? I have a whole book's worth, but Dave, do you have one? If not, I'm happy to share.
I mean, there is nothing that had happened to me that I look back on and would say, oh my God, that was the worst day of my life or anything. I've had, Lorilei knows this. I've had a million things happen in my lifetime. I actually, though, you know what? I will say the one thing, one of the biggest things that disturbed me that I don't talk about a lot, and this was disturbing, in a house we were in my bedroom, to my left was a closet with a sliding door. And I was sitting in my room and my TV was opposite way. I was watching my TV and I just kept hearing that door moving. Yeah. And my cat wasn't in my room at the time. And I thought, because at first I thought it was my cat. I would hear it and I'm like going, Charlie, stop it. And then I realized Charlie's not in my room. And I had the lights off and I opened the door a little bit. When I opened the door, it looked extra dark in there, like something's in there, like and I quick shut it. And got up and I was going to leave my room and no one was home but me. And I thought, no, I'm going to go back in there. So I opened it up and there was nothing. And I thought, okay, just me. It's no big deal. And I sat down on the bed. And this is before I had a one-on-one with my guides. This was years and years ago. Like now we talk, I hear them perfectly. We just go back and forth. But back then it was they're giving you the notion that they're there. Well, I was sitting there and the closet moved again. And this time it felt like something was in there. And I was like, I can't do this anymore. I just grabbed the door and I flung it open and I went, ah! And I just screamed at whatever it was. And then I got up and the first thing I heard from my guide said, whatever it was, you just scared the hell out of it away. And it never came back. But that was like a shadow type being, which I don't want to make, not all shadow beings are bad. I'm just saying it looked like a dark shadow. Like you'd be able to put your hand through it if you actually walked up to it. That was the second shadow being. The second one showed up in my room in a dream after a dream, but that guy ended up being a good guy. He was trying to scare me into something, which I needed to be scared into.
Well, let's hear from everybody else too. Yeah. What are some of the scariest things you guys have experienced? If you have a spooky or scary video you want to send us, you can send it to either Dave or I, and we're happy to share it tonight. I also want to say hello. We've got Crystal and Mineral over on Instagram on the Angel Rock. Also, I got to do the station ID here. If you guys are just tuning in, you are listening or watching live UFO Paranormal and United Public Radio. And this is The Thing at the Foot of the Bed. And I'm one of your hosts, Lorilei Potvin. My amazing friend and co-host is David Hanzel. We are streaming the show to TikTok tonight. I'm sorry, we're working on a streaming key, guys, and you guys will actually get to see the show. If you want to join us, if you can see us, like the show, you can join in the conversation. We've got a great group of people here who ask great questions, give us great comments, and we're talking all things spooky tonight. Head over to the Angel Rock with Lorilei Potvin on YouTube, The Spirit Experience with David Hanzel. You can go to UFO Paranormal and United Public Radio on YouTube or Facebook. We're on Canada's Most Haunted, or you can go to the Angel Rock on Instagram. But we got another question, or I'm going to share my spooky story, and then we got a question from June I thought was good. So I think one of the most scariest experiences for me in my previous home, and I think that's about the only thing, with no disrespect, that they did very well on Paranormal Survivor on our episode on the Travel Channel, was towards the end of the episode. It actually really almost did happen like that in real life. But I had very little sleep, and we had cameras all over the house with what was going on. And I was sitting in the most active part of the basement at that time on a chair. I don't remember this. This is the only time I don't remember this first part of it. But all I remember is my partner, Del, getting very, very loud and speaking to me more than assertively to get out of the room. And all of a sudden, I could feel this tremendous anger. And I'm not an angry person. It takes a lot to get me really mad. And I couldn't understand why I was so angry. I'm going, don't you talk to me like that. He goes, Laura, please, you just got to get out of here. Once I walked out of the doorway, I heard him. I said to him, why are you talking to me like this? You never talk to me like that. He goes, Laura, that was the third time I tried to get you out of there. And he could see me on camera. He says I was standing up and I was pointing to the corner and laughing and talking to something. He said my arms were kind of moving like up and down, almost like something was moving it. Don't remember that. So we went and laid down in the bed, our bedroom. And it was in the basement. And I was laying there thinking, what the heck just happened? I don't remember this. Like, what was going on? And all of a sudden, Del, my partner, is laying beside me. He starts completely vibrating, like just like seizuring almost. And I'm shaking him, going, Del, what is Del? And it was his voice, but it was like it wasn't him. He was saying, I'm all right. I'm okay. And I have a bad back. That's why I'm squirming around tonight. My back's a little sore. Sorry, guys. Just one of those days. Anyways, I hopped over top of him. I don't even know how I did. And I grabbed him by the shoulders and I'm shaking him. All of a sudden, he starts choking and choking and choking. And I am a nurse. I'm thinking, oh my God, I can't even reach the phone. And it's almost when you're a nurse, you're thinking, geez, oh, sorry, I got to fix my puzzle piece here. They're decided that I can't continue in TikTok till I do. There we go. Anyways, I start shaking him, and he starts choking and choking. And I'm thinking, oh my God, I need suction. Like, what am I going to do? Like, how am I going to call the ambulance? All of a sudden, all this black stuff starts coming out of his mouth. I'm sorry for TMI, but it was. And he almost like comes to. And so clean that all up. I had a bowl I just grabbed and I said, what the heck is going on? He goes, I don't know. He goes, all of a sudden I'm choking to death and I feel like my ribs are breaking. And we couldn't figure out what it was. I seriously, and I'm always honest with you guys, I looked at it, looked like black ectoplasm, like that ultrasound gel almost. And I almost took a picture and I thought, oh God, Laura, you're really losing it. I know you're taking pictures of stuff, but no, this is too much. I wish I had taken a picture. Like, my biggest thing is, like, what if he had died? Like, what if he had choked to death? Because that's what he felt like was happening to him.
Yeah.
He was choking and his ribs were breaking. That was one of the scariest things. So, many in that house. I'm not making it up. I've never seen anything weird like this. We never went looking for the paranormal, but it found us in that house. I thought this was a good question. Kassoon, you guys always have good questions and comments. So, and if you guys over on TikTok, please share your scariest experiences or feel free to ask anything spooky, paranormal.
Share the scare. Share the scare.
Yes. Actually, I should probably try and share this with you, Dave. I don't even know how I can. I don't usually go live on my phone. I just join you.
Oh, that's okay.
Let me see. Oh, I see it now. I can share it with you, I think. On TikTok. I'll see if they'll let me. Hang on. David, yeah, just let me share it. I'm going to share it to you. I don't know if you can do anything with it or not, but if you can. Anyways, Kassoon asks, why do ghosts manifest like spider webs? People say they felt like spider webs.
Oh, you mean when people talk about ghosts feel like spider webs?
When they're being touched or if they walk through one?
Yeah.
I have a theory on it, but
yeah, there's different theories on it. And I'm going to say, no matter what the theory, I will say most of us who've had that little bit of something, it's outside of our bodies, we're energy. So that's how I look at it. If you bump into something or walk through energy, you're going to feel something. And to me, it also does feel like, sometimes it does feel like there's a spider webs, like I'm walking through a spider web, but it's real light. I get it.
Okay, my thoughts are too, that if everything is energy and they don't have a solid body form, that when your energy, and we do have an energy field around us, whether you want to call that your personal space or an aura or what, when people get too close to you that you're not comfortable with, and we've all been around people who get right up in your face, what do we not? We naturally back up. What do we back up? Because it feels icky. Have they touched you? No, but they are in your energy field or personal space. And I mean, people you're close to or you have an intimate relationship with, and we have different, or I guess, boundaries for people. And it's kind of a social thing, right? So I think when you're crossing paths with a ghost or you're moving through it, that you're moving through their energy field. And because it's not solid, it's just and not everybody reports that if they felt they've been touched, that it feels like a spider web, but a lot of people do. And I think that may be how their body is perceiving passing through the energy field of a spirit.
Mm-hmm. K Dye says we've all felt it, I'm sure. Even looks like we picked. Yeah, a lot of us have had that experience for some reason. I don't know exactly why, but I agree with the premise of it's energy upon energy.
I mean, Mish says, I'm here at work, LOL. I always tease her. Michelle's over in Australia, so I always say she's in the future.
I know, and it's cool because you're at work tomorrow.
It's Friday morning over there, so we're glad you're here, Michelle. Now, Marissa shared, my mom who has passed, I'm sorry for your loss, had someone sit next to her on her bed years ago while she was sleeping and was pushing on her chest and she couldn't breathe or talk. I've heard of that before. I've had that happen to me in my previous home. I have. Let's see. I'm going to scroll down. Everybody's just saying hi. Oh, Kelly, again, I'm sorry for your loss. She said, after my mom passed, I felt her go through my heart. And I'm very sorry about that. That would make sense, though. Definitely would make sense.
It totally makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Kason said, where was he? He said something about, orbs. Orbs remind me of my mom. She used to see Jewel like orbs. She was my best friend. Your mom was obviously, I'm sorry about that. Your mom is obviously a very spiritual person, because people who, when they can, some people can just see them when other people can't too. Keep that in mind, you guys. You can be standing next to somebody and you can go, there can be an orb in front of you as plain as day, and the other person might not always see it with you. It's weird. It's kind of like UFOs. I believe in the theory that they're always up there. It's just whether you can see them or not. It has nothing.
And then you get into Bigfoot, right?
Yeah,
certain people, families report family lines of UFO abductions. And then I'm going to give our network a plug, because the owner, Joe Montaldo, thank you, Joe, because he's the one that's provided this space for us, and it's out of his own home for UPRN. He's been doing a 20+ year study. I believe it's on ICAR. Is it .net? I think it's it's ICAR. If you look up on Facebook, it's International Center for Alien Research. He is been doing a 20+ year study, like I said, on people that have green eyes, red hair, and Rh negative blood. Now, I've heard him say it in different year length, but to me, 70,000 years ago feels right. He said 20,000 and 70,000. But I'll say 70,000 years before that time, those three subsets of DNA or genes didn't exist. So where did they come from? So he's looking at these people that have these attributes and how many report UFO or alien abductions or encounters. Now, I don't have any of those subsets, but my mother does. Now, my mom does not believe in any of this kind of stuff, but I have missing time, literally blinking, opening my eyes, being miles away, didn't know where I was. I've lived in the city my whole life. It was somewhere out in the country. I was shocked I had cell service. It was my partner, Dell, calling and asking where I was that woke me up. And I just remember my car was in the opposite direction as to what it should have been. On top of that, this building was a half circle. It had a lot of windows broken out. And he's saying, where are you? Because I only should have been 2 minutes. And I was going to the store. He had thought I had gotten in an accident. And it was, I believe it was at least an hour and a half I had been gone. And I had to say to him, I don't know. And I remember going, what do you mean you don't know? And I said, I don't know. I have to call you back. I have to check and see where I am. I did not know where I was or how I got there. And I literally blinked my eyes.
Yeah, so that happens more often than people would like to believe. It does. I get missing time all the time. I didn't have one where I was in an entirely different place. I get them a lot. Really, you'd be surprised. It's when you think about it, we're probably all over the place at night. But yeah, I woke up and I was like, I didn't realize I was in my house. I have woke up in another room in my house before, but I've always said to myself, what if you got up and what if you
could have? Yes. Yeah. Now, Leslie, okay, so we said we're not going to go real spiritual, but we'll answer this one tonight. And then we're going to show you guys, because I thought Nuke's top 5 this week was pretty spooky. It wasn't that long, but it was spooky. So she says, if you have time, sorry, I'm going to go up a little bit here. She says, I had it highlighted, sorry. If you have a question, or if you have time, I have a question about our auric field. I've heard it can be 3 blocks around you. How does our auric field interact with others if they are that expansive? I'm going to tell you generally, I guess if you were really good at manipulating energy and you wanted your field to be that big, I guess you could, but not as far as I know it. Others, I know Julie can kick in on this. David,
I've never heard of it being 3 blocks. Yeah. I have heard 3 feet.
I was going to say there's, I believe, many layers to it. I've heard 7 to 10 layers of it. So when I'm teaching people and I'm working on a course for people that are newer into their spirituality, or you just want to meet with other people and talk about this kind of stuff in the new year, I teach people that, say you're going into a room or a place, or you have to do a speech or a job interview, and you're super, super nervous about how to actually extend your energy, fake it till you make it very big and confident and what have you. Actually, I have a couple of videos on YouTube under the video section teaching you about energy, how to feel it, what colors feel like to you. There is no right or wrong answer. Same thing if you're in a place and you don't want to be seen. How to actually pull that energy around you, wrap you in it, literally be able to make yourself, you're not going to turn invisible, but it's all energy, right? And how you work it. So no, I have never heard that before. And as I've often said, and Dave has too, we don't know everything. We share with you what we receive from spirit, our own personal experiences, and the things that we've learned over the years with different mentors and what have you. So I'd be interested in seeing where that came from. Again,
well,
just
I'm not sure. It was I've got it here. It was Samyan Carillion, Carillion, like Carillion photography, who had figured out about the aura being there in 1939, could actually see that everything had something around it. In the 1980s, they created a camera. So there is actual science that we all have an aura. But see, science, as far as science knows, the aura is like a couple of feet out from you. And it, like Lorilei, though, was absolutely correct. You can expand your aura.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you want it three blocks wide.
Yeah, it wouldn't be 3 blocks, because you just be picking up energy from everywhere. Yeah, mm-hmm. Like when I do like sitting in power, before I do mediumship readings, when I do sitting in power, that's basically shining my light and blending my aura with the universe. So I'm purposely trying to expand it and trying to blend with another energy. I've never come to 3 blocks, but
I wouldn't want it that big.
I wouldn't want it either. Ew.
Okay, so Julie's adding, I've done exercises to push out the energy field to however big you want it, just like you said. And she said exactly what you did, Dave. She said, normally I believe it's about an arm's length to 3 feet around you. Because when your energy is that far extended, I almost see it in the way Spirit's showing me right now. It's almost like a net, like a web. You don't want all those people's energies all out there unless you absolutely have a reason for it.
And plus, you're going to get, if it was expanded out that far, you wouldn't just get the energy of human beings. You'd get the energy of whatever in that field.
That's what I was thinking. Everything.
Yeah, that would be crazy weird, because if you're an energy person, and I know Lorilei or anybody, you can stand next to cars and feel energy. So that would be really weird.
I guess if you had a purpose, maybe.
Yeah. If there's a purpose,
person, and you really wanted to rope everybody and their dog in there and get them to notice you 3 blocks. I guess because people don't realize this, that we've never been taught to believe this, and it's not from an egotistical perspective, but we are incredible as human beings. We are so powerful. There's so many things we can do that we've never been told we can't, or we've been told we can't, but yes, we can. And Nicole says, go ahead, Dave.
As a human being, and since we're talking about ghosts too, instead, if you are open to the energy around you, like, okay, you know what a good time would be to expand your energy as big as you can? If you're somebody who can do that and manage it, and do it on a paranormal investigation, because anything that's not of that world still has energy, so you'd be able to pick it up. I mean, ghosts are energy. They're just energy without a physical form.
I still wouldn't want to, because
I wouldn't want to, no.
Just because somebody's in spirit, it doesn't mean they're a demon, but it also doesn't mean that they're all love and light either.
Exactly. I don't want it. Yeah.
So Nicole says, I need to be big and bold with my energy for my job interview. So positive vibes, positive energy to you, that it's all going to be wonderful and you're going to end up with that job that you want. I did upload Nuke's top 5. So shall we take a look?
Yeah, play a couple.
I want to see what one. If this is the one,
while you're setting up,
okay,
I'm going to plug in my computer.
Okay, you plug in your
computer. It again.
Yeah. Okay, so Diane Brighton, hello. We didn't see you before, so hello. I think I missed somebody. If I did, please let me know if I didn't say hello to you. I'm sorry. Comments are going by quick. She goes, I see the dead in a paranormal house or building clearings. Yep, that can happen. And Katie says, I don't judge some a-hole. Is that a-hole energy? Ones need help too. Exactly. And Julie sending positive vibes to Nicole for her job interview coming up. But that's the one thing I always tell my guests. I tell them how intelligent our audience is that joins in the conversation here, as well as you guys are so incredibly kind to one another and to people that just join. So I have to tell you,
it's a big old spooky family.
It is. Okay, let's make this full screen, you guys. I can't remember if this isn't the one, but I think the first one was pretty spooky, if I remember.
A few months ago, a woman named Rosanna bought an old...
Oh, sorry, I restarted by accident because I was trying to make a video.
A few months ago, a woman named Rosanna bought an old apartment somewhere in France and moved in with her 2 very young children and her 13-year-old cat, Loli. But almost immediately after moving into the new place, her cat begins to act very strangely.
It's in French, so you have to watch the subtitles. She said, what's wrong?
Hey! Hey!
Oh, my dog doesn't like that noise.
The cat, Loli, aggressively hisses and snarls at something that Rosanna can't see. Now, Rosanna says that the cat had never done anything like this before they moved. So as a single mother, Rosanna shares custody of her children with their father. So one night when the children are away at their dad's house, something happens.
I am going to pause it just so you know, with fair use, we do have to. I'm going to preface this. I believe this is real. I'm not telling you guys what to believe, but this lady has quite a few videos out there, and she's been having a lot of problems. Now, I haven't seen anything from her recently. This is an older video. I remember it. It is in French, so I'll try over the subtitles for people that are listening. And if you're watching on TikTok or you're listening anywhere else, you can see this on Nuke's Top 5 on YouTube. It's their latest video. It was uploaded 2 days ago. So here, we'll restart it for our, sorry, I'll continue. Okay, hang on. There we go.
That makes Rosanna's blood run cold.
Why flexibility looks so beautiful on you?
Guys, sorry about this. Oh, happens. Let me mute it. We'll play it and get rid of it. Darn advertising. Okay. Let's see.
Okay. How old?
Okay. There we go. She said her kids are at their dad's. Was a radio playing, and a little girl's voice started out saying, Mama. Oh, it's so cute.
Even though Rosanna is completely alone, she hears her young daughter's voice calling out to her from the children's bedroom. The voice repeats, Mama, over and over. But strangest of all, the voice seems to be coming from an old radio that doesn't even have batteries inside. After this absolutely terrifying experience, Rosanna decides to share her story online in search of advice. She also calls for help from a local priest. The scared mother is now desperate to try absolutely anything to get rid of the sinister entity that seems to be haunting her home.
And I was just going to tell you guys the reason why, I guess, with her living, and this is over in France, And like he said, they got divorced. She bought this apartment. She has no money to get out of this. It gets even creepier. Like, I didn't see this last part of this video. It's been spliced together. This is freaking creepy.
Nothing seems to help. In fact, it just gets much worse.
Watch this creepy doll, you guys. Oh. You guys can head over to News Talk 5 on YouTube. To leave the video uploaded. We're live on my podcast with my co-host here, David Hanzel. We had a streaming this week. So she's just saying in French. So subtitle says the head is turning and it's looking wherever she goes. Why would you keep a doll head like that? Ugh.
That's question number one, and it's not a lazy Susan.
Just said at the end, everything, I think her TV crashed out of herself. She heard something, it sounds like she heard something, like, and then it spoke to her. Yeah, the unexplained voice said no. And she said, stop it. And it said,
the head of a dressing mannequin that Rosanna has had for years moves on its own and seems to follow her with its eyes as she moves around the room. Rosanna feels that the apartment is no longer safe for her children and decides to stay in the home all alone. Eventually, she becomes so scared that she's...
I can stop it again for fair use. So again, sorry for speaking over it, but there's French. I do understand French. Well, it might look kind of suspicious, but I tell you, look this woman up, Kassoon, because I've seen this lady go through a lot. Now, I'm not saying it can't be faked in this day and age of AI and everything else, but the reactions that this had, and I believe, sorry, go ahead, Dave.
For me, her actions give this whole thing away.
You think she's being fake or you think she's real?
I think she's fake.
I was going to just add before you cut in, she's done some of this live.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's fake. This one is. When it came out or something, you can produce things live. I've seen it.
Absolutely. But for me, if someone's going to go live, you got to have a lot of players doing this. But let's watch it.
And I'm sure she does. But I'll tell you the reasons why. Now, I'm not going to. Now, I can't sit here and say it's. I can't sit here and say it's not real because that's not my business. Because stuff like this does happen to people. It really does.
I have lived in a house where crap like that has happened and much more. And I am telling you, I've had so many people come for me over the years saying things like, that's fake. You're faking it. You guys are just.
See, when I was young, when we would have all those noises, all those things, doors slamming, we had plugs coming out of the socket and plugging back in. I can tell you, every time those things happened, my butt was not in my bed. I was running away.
I know there are people in this chat, I won't call them out unless they say it themselves, but they have had some pretty crazy paranormal experiences. I believe even being pulled out of bed while they were sleeping, and it wasn't their partner. Okay, let's watch the end of this then.
Starts to only sleep in the apartment's living room. But then, late one night, Rosanna hears her cat Loli angrily snarling at something in the hallway just outside the living room door. What happens next is downright chilling.
I'm with you, Katie. I think it's
Loli.
Again, you know, fake. We don't know what this is. It says the shadow is at the back of the door, the French subtitle says.
After this very disturbing incident, Rosanna says that she became seriously ill and spent the rest of the night throwing up. She says she is absolutely convinced that the old apartment she bought is haunted by a demon. For now,
I'm
she
not
stays
saying
at a
it's
hotel with her
me.
cat until she can hopefully afford to move somewhere else. She says she's currently seeking legal action against the people who sold her that apartment.
Okay, we gotta stop because, of course, we've got a commercial. So I know some of you think it's fake, and that's why we show videos like this.
Yeah.
But I mean, I know there's way more to this. Like her, and again, have we seen how her cat acts normally? No.
Yes,
Maybe
exactly.
But to me, I guess it's kind of with anything, unless it's obviously fake. But I think we always have to be cautious because of with this day and age of AI and deep fakes. But I know this woman has gone live before, and there's way more to her story than what was shown here. I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt. And everybody's entitled to say it's fake too, right? But because I would never believe 3/4 of the crap that I had gone through if somebody had told me, had I not experienced it myself.
This is why I'll give her the benefit of the doubt, but this is why I don't like videos like this. One, she walks into a room. Scary. Okay, she walks into the room. She hears a noise, but she walks towards it. Drawers open and closed while she's standing there. I mean, that would be enough to make anybody run at that point who's never had this experience. Two, she took the time to make sure the camera knew that the radio wasn't working and turning it over and everything while drawers are going in and out. I'm at that point, I'm like, all right, you lost me.
I think she was trying to figure out where was it coming from, because she's thinking like she's trying to, that this music was playing, and she's like, where the heck is this coming from? She tried to pull the cord, she's turning the knobs, then she's checking like, is there batteries in here? That's the way I took it.
Yeah, I didn't know. If that was happening in my house, after all I've been through in my lifetime, after talking to dead people, after doing all that, if drawers and stuff started open, I would probably have a totally different response than that. And I'm used to it. But that's just my opinion. It's just nothing more than my opinion. But that one I don't buy.
People are, the consensus is it was spooky. Well, let's give them that.
Yeah, that's what I like. It was spooky.
Quite a few creepy things in here. Let me see what the next one is.
I love the shadow thing, though. I have to get, even though I know that part was fake, that's what they look like when.
I know, and I thought, like, how are you going to prove? Okay, this one wasn't that creepy. It was some noise. Yeah, this one was kind of creepy. Let me go back to this one. Let me see where this is. I'm trying to see. I might have to move back a little bit. Oh, yeah, that was freaky.
Yeah, that was. I didn't even like that noise.
Or Jane reached out to us about a very creepy experience she had in her family home in Norway. So while Jane is in the basement grabbing some tools for her brother, she hears something that puts her on edge. She hits record on her phone as she investigates, and what happens next is truly bizarre.
It was weird.
Okay, så jeg skal hente verktøy til broren min, for han driver og fikser på en bil. Så
the brother's fixing a car and she's grabbing tools, she's saying.
Hva faen?
And she goes, what the HE
Hello?
hockey stick?
You a different woman?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my
no, I
god.
wasn't going to keep showing the same lady.
Oh.
Yeah, two that didn't speak English in the beginning.
Jeg sverker det bare mannen der.
She says, I swear I'm the only one down here, but I'm in the basement. And she said, there's a mirror here.
Det ingen der.
There's no one here.
It's not people in here.
She said, there's no people in here. She's swearing now.
Take folk. Hallo? Ok. Hva faen? Det er faktisk vært.
My dog doesn't like
people. Why don't these people run? That's what gets me.
And he's climbing on the bed.
Liksom.
Shepherd, like, Mom, I don't like the noise. Okay, go back right there.
Okay, jeg må ta bort ham.
Just go back. Okay, Dad, take your face off the TikTok.
Jane hears several weird screeches coming from somewhere near her in the basement. And then as she leaves, the door seems to slam shut on its own. But did you see
Yeah,
it?
that was the creepy
Jane
part.
looks into a mirror 2 times while walking through the basement.
I saw it too.
The first time, there's nothing out of the ordinary. But the second time, something seems to be standing in the doorway, right behind her.
Something creepy.
To this day, Jane has no idea what happened, but says that the experience gave her the creeps. Now again, Jane says she has never posted this video anywhere online and wishes to remain anonymous. So I have to leave it up to you. Do you think Jane captured something paranormal?
Yeah.
And if not, then just who or what is this? Up in Smoke. It's around 11.
Okay, so what'd you think of that one? That one was creepy as all heck.
Creepy. Yeah, that would definitely be creepy.
Marissa says I'd be screaming and running.
Right? That's my whole thing with these videos. A girl's down there filming herself. Oh, don't tell anybody I'm doing this, but look at me. Who am I going to show it to? Oh, there's this, that. That's what stuff that gets me.
At the beginning. The way
but that was creepy though.
No, but the way it was presented was she's never posted anything paranormal. She shared it, I believe, on the Nuke's Top 5 Reddit stream, but she's a viewer, she asked to remain anonymous, and that's how it started out. I just didn't share the beginning because that's where
that's the backstory, but then again, we don't know if the backstory is real. So, but it's creepy. I tell you though. I would not like that. I don't like noises.
I hope you never have an experience like that ever, because I've
had all kinds of experiences. I would have ran out of the house. That's what I mean.
Okay, but what you have to remember, until we've gone through something, that there's fight, flight, freeze, and fawn. Those are many of the reactions that people can have to extreme fear. So just because, say, you would have ran, or I would have ran, or somebody else, there are other people who will freeze. There are other people you can look up.
They're not freezing though, they're investigating, obviously.
Well, I can tell you, I caught a heck of a lot on camera and with photos. And the reason why I was trying to get to the bottom of what was going on in my previous home.
But see, you know this stuff. So even if something's scary and scare us, we're still used to it.
I didn't know this. I didn't know all this stuff when this stuff started. You know who can vouch for me if they're still here? Howie can. Debbie knew me way back then. Debbie and Howie have both witnessed activity in my previous home. I used to call in every week to Paranormal Soup on Facebook and YouTube. Jason Bland's the host. It's an amazing show, you guys, Sunday nights, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time till 2 a.m. He has fantastic guests, great chat room, and every now and then you can call into a show. I used to call in every week on camera, and you could see in the background, I have some of the most class A plus EVPs from that show from when I called into that show 2 Halloween shows in a row, that were unplanned, that were live, that are insane. There, and the guy that has the ghost box that's using it, he used to give me a hard time in the chat every now and then because he'd never experienced anything negative, really didn't really believe in it. Well, you could tell by that guy's face in the background, he was a little creeped out. It was a
creepy video. They're both creepy. I wouldn't want it to happen to anybody.
And so the first one I had actually forgotten. I was watching the Chester Bennington Memorial concert back in 2017. And I went, oh crap, I forgot about Paranormal Soup. It's our Halloween show. Oh, I got 5 minutes. I'll pop in and say hi. And Jason was on the previous network we were on together. I hadn't joined it yet. And I called in. I was the last caller of the night. He got an extra half hour. And then the next year, we had 84 hours straight of paranormal radio on the network I used to be on out of Washington, D.C. And I called into his show again, unplanned, and another insane, crazy live EVP that was recorded. It was insane. Heather, Mish says, Jason Bland, he was on Heather Wade's show. Oh, was he on there last night, Mish? Awesome. Yeah, they're friends. Heather used to be on our network that Jason and I were on.
Mm-hmm. I love EVPs.
Mm-hmm.
EVPs are my favorite.
I almost got a spirit box. Some guy selling it. I messaged him. It was a great price. He'd never used it. He bought it. And I messaged him Sunday, and it was Thanksgiving here in Canada. And he said, I'm at Thanksgiving dinner. I'll be available on Tuesday. Messaged him Tuesday. Nothing. Messaged him yesterday. Nothing. I didn't message him today. I'll try one more time, and I'm giving up. Obviously, he doesn't want to sell it that
There
bad.
is. Remind me. There is a girl on TikTok from a paranormal group, and she teaches people how to literally build their own spirit box and where to get the materials for it.
Oh, cool! You'll have to share that with me.
I'll see if I can't find it because it's she's a paranormal investigator. Of course, she's she's a hobbyist with it. I guess she doesn't get paid to do it. So, but she had made a video a while back. It was like a year ago, I think I watched it, and she was talking about they were so expensive. And the best ones were the ones that people make or people do. You know,
yeah,
like
they
that.
are. If you can make them.
Yeah, those are the best ones because they're not preloaded. I mean, they're real. And whatever that picture was. But
we got a video, another one that's not interesting.
But yeah, I'll find it. She teaches people how to make one, I think, for under $75 to make a real good one. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Okay, so these guys are paranormal investigators. Hope Paranormal. Yeah, I know they've built their own. There's many people that have. Kelly and Steve, once in a while they'll pop on here. They're from Canada. I know they've got a homemade one that somebody had built that was pretty cool. No, you're right, Mesh. They did. Okay, so this one, these guys are over in the UK. This was kind of creepy, I thought. Again, you can call it fake if you want. We have to be careful. You need more context, but just take it for what it is. That's spooky time this time of year. Over on TikTok, if you guys want to join the conversation, please head over to the Angel Rock with Lorilei Potvin on YouTube, or the Spirit Experience. It's David Hanzel, my co-host channel, or you can also go to UFO Paranormal and United Public Radio on YouTube or Facebook. I'm streaming it on my Facebook profile, which is Lorilei Potvin, as well as on the Angel Rock on Instagram. We're also streaming over in Canada's Most Haunted. If you guys have some questions, I can't invite you on screen. I'm sorry, but we're live right now off the network. Hopefully in the next week, I can get a streaming key. You'll actually see the show and you can join in the conversation, because David will pull in. He's got a much bigger audience than me on TikTok. So we'll have the more the merrier. And we just thought we'd try it out and get some streaming time in. And hopefully they'll give me my key because I'm eligible for it, apparently. Okay, hang on. Let's play this. Oh my God, we're almost out of time, you guys. We got like 5 minutes. So hang on.
His brother David and a friend get together one night to investigate Jared's own house in Blackpool, England. You see, Jared claims that he has experienced some creepy, unexplained events in the house. So Jared's brother David enters the area to see if the camera maps out any strange figures. But then something happens that absolutely freaks out everyone.
Using the night vision camera on the SLS, so that's why they're stood behind me, because we don't want to keep mapping them.
Exactly.
We want to see what we can map ourselves.
Just have a look around the room, Dave. You never know. I mean, we caught some orbs in there last time I was up here.
Yeah, I'm hoping to see some orbs there.
You never know.
We're back.
It's stuck on 2 of the K2 meter.
K2.
Yeah, I've got Jeb behind us doing the K2 and he's got a couple of lights on it, you know, so we don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, well, all we can do is just keep going past and say, whoa!
What the hell? Did I just see something or am I imagining that?
I don't know, let's go.
What the hell? I don't know. To me, it looked like a face, Dave.
I thought I saw something.
That was really quick, really spooky.
As David pans around the living room, he captures what appears to be a bizarre pale face peeking out from behind the door to the hallway.
That was creepy.
That's creepy.
Whoa!
What the hell?
The group looks through the house and even attempts to debunk what they just saw, but they can find no explanation as to what this is. Antoine's restaurant.
Yes. Oh, too bad we don't have time for Antoine's.
We'll continue next week. That last one, I have more trust in it because, I mean, they're acting like paranormal groups do. And that one right there. My whole body went when I saw it. Like, I didn't like that one. I don't know what it was. I don't know what it was, but that was creepy. That one was creepy.
That was creepy. So, Dave, you want to tell them, you guys, we're just going to sign off. We're going to tell you where to find us. And if you guys want, come join us over on the Facebook group. We're getting close to 200. We just started it a little while ago. And when it's live, Dave will tell you exactly what's going to happen. You guys can share your questions, your comments, show ideas, videos, anything. We'd love to have you over there. Go ahead, Dave.
Yes, if you guys would like to follow me, you can follow me on TikTok and Instagram at Medium David Hanzel. No slashes, no dots, nothing. It's at Medium David Hanzel. Follow me YouTube, and my Facebook group is called The Spirit Experience. If you go to my link on TikTok, there's always deals for readings that you can get straight through there. Otherwise, the only place you can get a hold of me is through my website, thewhispertome.com. Like Lorilei, neither of us will ever private message you or anything to offer you readings or remove curses and all that other crazy stuff that the fakes do. But so just so you know, but like I said, that's where you can get a hold of me. And please join our Facebook group, The Thing at the Foot of the Bed, with Lorilei Potvin and David Hanzel. We're close to 200, and then we'll be doing live readings and discussions in there.
Everybody, and thank you, people, reminding people to hit the like button. Yes, we appreciate that. Marissa Burrell says your podcasts need to be longer, LOL. Well, the good thing is the second night of the Outer Realm, they have their first show Wednesday nights, second show Thursday nights. As our station manager and the amazing Michelle DeRoche and Amelia Pisano are coming up next. They always have a great show. Also, I'm going to be on Michelle DeRoche and Amelia Pisano's show next Wednesday on the Outer Realm with my amazing good friend, and she's a good friend of Michelle's as well, Carrie Lynn Shellhorn. It'll be 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't forget to tune in for Carrie Lynn tomorrow. She's got Spirit Switchboard, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on UPRN, and she's awesome. I adore her. I finally got to meet her in person. I love it. Anyways, like Dave said, yeah, we will never bug you guys to tell you that we feel your energy and whatever. No, we don't do that kind of stuff. So if you ever want to get a hold of me, you can book a reading. I do psychic readings, Akashic records, crystal Reiki energy healing. I do mediumship. I do teaching and mentoring. You can get a hold of me on facebook.com/Angel Rock right now. Hopefully by sometime in the new year, like I said, I'm putting together my first course I'm going to be teaching. It's going to be 1 night a week, probably I'm looking at a couple months, it looks like. It's going to be a lot of fun, and it'll teach you sort of intro to all of these things we talk about when it comes to spirituality. And I will have it all under one roof, including all my resin stuff and everything else that I make. So you look for that. Also on Monday night, be prepared. We are having Chris Taha back on, as I understand. I haven't checked in with him, but I know he will be there. He is a gentleman I had on probably a few months ago. He's one of the boys of Montauk, and he does have a heavy French accent, but he speaks English very well. We're going to be talking about the spookier stuff that he claims. He does claim that he is what Stranger Things was based on, him and some of the children that were in Montauk at that time. So we're going to talk about the Montauk chair, connecting with ETs. Did you make that noise, Dave?
Yeah, I did. I went.
Oh my God. Oh my God. We're going to be talking about ETs. We're going to be talking about spirits and all kinds of spooky stuff. So that's 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here, right on UPRN. Also, I have 2 groups on Facebook, Paranormal University for all things paranormal, and the Angel Rocker Tribe for more things spiritual. Thank you all for being here. We love you all. We really, really do. So stay spooky. And Dave and I are going to try did it last week. You guys, thank you so much for joining us on TikTok. Look for this show on Monday nights, the Angel Rock, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The Thing at the Foot of the Bed with the amazing David Hanzel. What's your handle again on TikTok so people will know?
At Medium David Hanzel.
At Medium David Hanzel. There's lots of imposters. Look for the account that has 96,000 plus followers. That is David. You can see us on here next week. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Love you. And Dave, are you ready?
All righty, here we go. 1, 2, 3. What's at the foot of your bed?
I think almost.
Well, we never.
Love you guys. We'll see you next week.
Here.